Hi, and welcome to my very awkward intro. My name is Susan slash Bambi, and this is Bambi's Rambles. How are we, friends? Are we good? That's good. And if you're not okay, that's okay too. I just want to, literally I was just watching Tara Christine's channel, and all I can hear in my head is her intro. And I don't want to put it in here because maybe she'll copyright me or something, but I was just like binging her channel, and all I can hear is her intro inside my head. She's so adorable. I love her. I'm going to link her down below anyway. I'm guessing you're all subscribed to her. I just think she's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. I know I say that about everybody. I think it's because I just love everybody. Except for the person we're going to talk about today. Shannon from Creepshowart. Back again, friends. Back again. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know Bambi's Rambles now has a membership. And we'll be doing members only lives. I do members only posts and stuff like that on my community tab. I'm adding all these new emojis because we all know that I really like doing like all the computer graphic stuff and things like that. Like when I can't sleep, really helps with my anxiety. So you guys are going to get like 45 emojis in no time. But yeah, anyway, back to the topic. We are going to be talking about Creepshowart today. And what we're going to talk about is Kai and Omnia's video. So I went and watched Kai and Omnia's video, and I'm really mad at everyone that like went after Omnia to say that she sounded like Creepshowart. Like, don't do that. That's not nice. I've had that happen to me, and it's not nice. Some people have the same accent. They might sound similar, but they're not the same person. I think people need to be educated on that. Anyway, I went and watched their video, and I will have that link down below. And it is them discussing timelines between Lolcow posts, including the doxing posts that like set this whole thing off, right? And the correlation between those posts and what is it? Like, it's not a secret group, is it? Like a group chat on Discord that Shannon was in with Omnia, Kai, and I don't know who else. I was told that the replies in this were not Omnia or Kai, but they were in the group. It's now come up as deleted user, but the timeline just all goes together. And honest to gravy, like the way Shannon talks, like it gives me anxiety, it gives me heart palpitations. Like, is that for anybody else, or is that just like an ASD thing that I have? Like, she says literally like 100 times. I'm like, why do you need to say that? Like, I don't get it. Anyway, so there's some nuggets in there, including her even admitting to creating a fake profile. So she has a history of creating fake profiles. And we get even more confirmation that orange that I said in the SJW video was about her sibling. Now, I want people to understand something. When I told that story about Orange, I said she. I said she, because that is how the story was told by Shannon. When I am talking about her sibling, in a tense, like in a current tense, so like me saying it, I will say sibling, them, they. I am not perfect by any means, and I'm trying my best. I find it hard sometimes to even speak proper English at times, okay? But when we are reading this, it makes a lot more sense to just read directly what it's saying. And if that's offensive or triggering to others, whilst I can understand that, just understand that even for me, it's hard to read sometimes. So if you have a problem with that, there is an exit button. I don't know where it is on your phone, laptop screen. I don't know where it is, but there is one. And you're welcome to use it. I am not holding you here by force, okay? And I will not hate you for it. Anyway, we're 5 minutes in. I've already rambled on enough, but it's Bambi's Ramble, so get used to it. Any hoozle, we're going to get into this chat. And I will have the chat the things put up on the screen. So the deleted user. So this was on, so that would be 03/28/21. I don't need to read that out, do I? How do people read, babe?
Just, yeah, you can read the date and then start reading the rest.
Okay. Things are terrible all the time, constantly. That mixed with my bullshit sister, keyboard smashing. Oh no, XD, what's wrong? So people are asking her what's wrong. They can vent, they can, so she can vent with them. Shannon goes on to say, okay, so my sister is insane. Literally insane. They are one of the most vitriolic people I have ever met. And they literally subscribe to the idea that there is no such thing as the truth. There is only, remember when you said X, Y, and Z to me? They will say it just didn't happen. My sister has a really weird relationship with me and my parents, though. Shouldn't it be my parents and I, Shannon? Anyway. Because they go between we're good and we're the worst people in the world. They have said I'm a literal Nazi at times, which no. Obviously, and saying I'm their best friend and it's just hard to keep up. But a couple of years ago when I was homeless, I cut them off for a bit because they called my husband abusive. We're going to stop right there and we're just going to dig into this for a second. Okay. I don't want to trigger anybody, upset anybody, so on and so forth. I've been in abusive relationships. I know a lot of friends that have been in abusive relationships. It's a very long history of people being in abusive relationships. And I guarantee 99% of you have had this type of scenario happen where you believe your friend or your loved one is in an abusive relationship. Your friend or family member will literally do anything and everything possible to make sure that you believe and see that you're wrong. I just spat everywhere. But they're going to perceive that you are wrong. This whole thing is wrong. No, not going to happen. Don't see it, so on and so forth. Whether it comes down to they are manipulated into a situation, they really feel like they love this person, they don't perceive it that way. Or whether it's, they don't want to back down and think that they in any way could be involved in a relationship like that. They think they're too strong for that. We've seen it time and time and time again. So we go off Emily Artful, Shannon's sibling, now Shannon's parents. Shannon has tried to do everything possible to have projection through Orange, through story times, through everything possible to show that this man, Anthony, is not abusive. Shannon, sweetheart, come to Australia. I will give you refuge. This man is not healthy. Okay, I don't know what that says about you. I know that you have done awful things and all these things have happened to you, so on and so forth, but you do not deserve to be treated this way if this man is abusive to you. There's my little side tangent. Anywho, they called my husband abusive and said that his PTSD that came from his actual abusive family life doesn't count because he's a white man. Which is just all kinds of wrong because he's half Mexican and also white men can have PTSD. That's not it though. We've been talking for the past couple of months and not super a lot. See, why does she have to put extra words in there? Like she puts extra words in there, like literally super. That's like, just stop, Shannon. You're stressing me out. Posted that they needed money and I was like, okay, bet. I'll send some. But frankly, I'd feel like shit if I didn't help out when I could. And we started talking again. However, earlier this month, I found out I was blocked when I reached out to see if I could send them a birthday gift. And I was like, all right, that's weird. And I checked their Twitter and they have a long ass thread about Jose to the rescue because I keep fucking shit up in here. I'm not very savvy. So I've got Jose to help me out there. Anyway, and I checked their Twitter and they posted this long ass thread about how people aren't supportive enough of them and we demand too much of them. And if we really cared, we'd just send them money. And I was like, okay, weird. But it was their birthday, so I said, fine, I will send you $1,000. Never heard anything, but I didn't expect to. Cut to 2 days ago. My dad calls me while I'm sleeping and then texts my husband and says, Shannon needs to call me, it's an emergency. I think my grandmother died, or something is going on with my mum because she has MS. So I'm like, oh no. See, like what's the point? She was not thinking about me doing an exposed video on her. That is for sure. Because if she had me in mind, she would just give me the facts. Anyway, I call my dad and he says they are in the hospital. We don't know why. And he asked me if I could connect with them because my parents know that despite them wanting to help, that my sister will literally be repelled by them because they are a hateful asshole. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me try to get in contact with them. I call the hospital and they send the call to their room. And I'm on the phone crying, like, what happened? What's going on? How can I help? And they say nothing. Just silently listen to me. And I think, they aren't purposely not saying anything while I cry and sit there saying, press a button one time if you are all right, press and twice if you aren't. They aren't that big of an ass hole. Spoiler alert, they are. They hang up on me without saying anything. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was an accident. No, they do it again. And I'm like, okay, cool. They just don't want to talk to me. Then they go on Instagram and post this. So there's the Instagram screenshot there. They do it again. And I'm like, okay, cool. They literally just don't want to talk to me. Then they go on Instagram and post this. Literally, they put us down as their emergency contacts. And they have had to have done it recently because why does she speak like this in messages, babe? She's, spaz. Okay. Literally, they put us down as their emergency contacts, and they had to have done it recently because literally they didn't have insurance 3 months ago. I know this because we talked about it. So they are posting like we are terrible people, all this shit. Meanwhile, we are their emergency contacts. All right, but not only that, they put my mum down as a director. So my mum called multiple times to make sure they could do things. This BI is 30, literally 30 years old, acting like this. See, again with the literally. Stop it, Shannon. We know that you lie about everything, so just stop with the literally. So this is the part where we get to find out how Shannon is very familiar with sock accounts, fake accounts, all that jazz. Oh, and I got that screenshot because I made a fake account to check their stories because they were posting on their updates for their health. And I was like, all right. And within 2 minutes, I was blocked and their account was private. I'm the younger sister, by the way. Shannon, you ain't no prize, sweetheart. Then she goes on to like post something here that Omnia and Kai did not share. It is blurred out. I don't need to ask any more questions. Simple as that. There's some keyboard smashing. Dude, there is so much more. My mum, this is the next part. She says, my mum straight up in tears because she just wants to help and she's genuinely concerned. We know that they are on oxygen now and that they might have needed like invasive surgery, but otherwise we have no idea what's going on. They are 30 years old and they put their parents as a effing emergency contact and didn't remember. Effing stupid. Oh, you want to know how effed our relationship is and why I put up with everything in terms of friendship. It's not friendship, it's family. But anyway, you are probably no walk in the park, Shannon. Here's the thing, you are no walk in the park. She acts like she can just go on the internet and be like, I was the good sister. Whilst complaining that she's always been an F up her whole life. Keep your story straight, my friend. One time I was working at a storage facility and making a good amount of money because these jobs are literally dangerous AF. Stop saying literally. I had to go pick them up because they got drunk at their friend's house and they were always really good in school and whatnot. Graduated from a 4-year prestigious university and everything, and I dropped out, sold weed, and was a dick. I went to pick them up and they started crying and looked me in the eyes and told me to my face I was supposed to be the F up and that I ruined their life being successful. They are a total piece of shite. Then she shares this tweet that her sibling posted, and she's like, this is about my mum, who is the nicest woman in the whole world. And then someone says, I hope your mum hasn't seen this stuff. Shannon says, yes, she has, and it makes her cry. Literally, my mum has post notifications on their Twitter because she gets concerned and just wants to make sure they are okay. Now, here's where we go to Orange, the social justice warrior video that I was telling you guys about. And was a conversation that people had with the sibling on their Twitter. So it says here, by the way, I made a video called SJW Tried to Ruin My Relationship, and it was about them because they tweeted my husband was abusive, and this is one of the tweets. We broke up for a date and they went on a tweeting spree about it. There is so much more. I'm literally writing a book on it. Could you imagine if she was writing a book? I would have content for a year, but she would also have a lot of lawsuits. I swear she would put literal in there 1,000,000 times. And that would stress me out because this is stressing me out. So her friends are obviously being very supportive, as you can see from the tweets. From the Discord conversations here. You can literally see they're being supportive, understanding, and they've literally said, does she have a mental illness? So they say, nothing that's been diagnosed officially. I'm fairly sure they are a narcissist at this point and they are unable to see their own actions as anything other than positive. It's come to a point where I have said like, hey, here are the things that you have done to hurt me. And they say no, like literally said no. I was like, question mark. What do you mean no? And they said, well, you probably hurt me first. That's the person I grew up with. That's the person I've been compared to my whole life. That is the person who I was told I should have been more like because I was bad in school and I didn't care about classes. And F that. I'm effing great. I have a husband. I have friends. I have parents. I care about people in a real way. I don't pretend to for social brownie points. Shannon, that's literally what your entire channel was based off, my love. What? I can't even take this chick seriously. I can't even take Shannon seriously. I can't. I will still invite you to Australia if you need refuge. But still, I can't take you seriously, girl. So she just says that. She's like, I'm effing great. So are my parents, and if they don't want to be a part of my life, well, F them. Then she goes on to say, people ask her if she was okay, so on and so forth, okay? And then she says, I'm all right. I'm probably going to go to sleep soon, to be honest. But like, honestly, writing everything out has put a lot into perspective. Like how some of the things she has done are literally so stupid and gross. And people are like, we're always going to be here for you if you need anything, yada, 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 right? Then Shannon says, I know, I love you guys a lot, seriously. Now, this is the part where Omnia and Kai introduce us to, okay, the time frame. So this is the 28th of March, 2021, and this is at 9:05 p.m. Now, I am not the one that put these red marks on these screenshots. This is all credit to Kai and Omnia. I am just giving the information in another video, but they read it so much better than me. Like, I find it so hard to read. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys that in a video, but I find it so hard to read. But anyway, so her last message to the Discord group, and it's probably the last for the night, forever, I don't know. But anyway, was 9:05 p.m. The Lolcow post, as you can see on the screen now, is 9:58 p.m. So like 50 minutes later. Literally 50 minutes later. Stop saying literally, everybody. Stop. And she said, I didn't save it, but the gist was Shannon's sister is in the hospital for something. We don't know what. And she put her down as an emergency contact. We don't know what, and blah, blah, blah. However, when Shannon reached out to her to try and figure out what had happened, her sister blocked her and said she was invading her privacy. She also said something along the lines of that her family was neglecting her, even though Shannon had reached out. It's really weird. A couple of years ago, I found her sister's Twitter because she talked about it in a story time. She is definitely insane. That is the post where she lost her anonymity. Did I say that word right? Because she doxed her sister after blowing up a private chat. Mate, if you don't get enough advice from your friends in a group chat, right? Let me tell you something. What I do all the time. If my husband doesn't give me advice that I want to hear because I'm in a mood, or like I need to vent more, I will go to my friends. I will go to my husband. I will go to my friends. I will go to my mother. I will go to my dog before I go to Lolcow. We got hotlines you can ring up. Beyond Blue, things like that. Shannon, you don't go to Lolcow to vent in this weird, odd way. You're a weird person. Anyway, now Omnia shared DMs that she had with Shannon's sibling. I will put them on the screen now. Pause to read, because I don't want to get any of this wrong. This is their story. This is their part to share. And I want it to be directly shared to you guys because we know that I had trouble reading. Right? You know, she reached out and shared the screenshots with her. Like Omnia shared this. So Omnia shared the screenshots with Shannon's sibling, telling them that, you know, 2 and 2 together, she does believe, Omnia, she does believe, yes, Shannon doxed you. This is where it coincides. Same shit all that Omnia, put in the video, and the sibling had their statement here. So that is all for those, like that Discord conversation and the Twitter conversation between Shannon's sibling and Omnia. I just feel like there's a lot of different things that I feel from this situation. Can you hear my chair? That's going to drive me nuts. Anyway, I feel like there's a lot of things that we can like see from this. One, Shannon says literally too much. But also, she like cannot like just sit on something. She is a very reactionary person. Like, you think that whole conversation that she had with these people, where these people were literally talking about that the sibling was bananas, so on and so forth, that would have been enough. Like, her having a conversation with her parents, like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this to us, so on and so forth. Having a conversation with her partner, talking to her friends in a Discord chat. Like, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, like, I don't understand the length. Like, I don't understand the length that she went to there. Like, that makes no sense to me. And I want to hear everyone's thoughts down below, what they think about that, because I'm just like, what is wrong with you, girlfriend? Like, stop. Like, that is just too much. But I really just, like, the final nail is in the coffin, so to speak. You know, and I really have not wanted to do more Creepshow art content. I haven't wanted to, but I felt like that was really, really interesting. And, you know, I've been wondering if you ever think that Shannon will come back, like if Shannon will ever come back to YouTube. And I saw that whole thing about that she might have came back as like a podcaster and that whole thing there. But I didn't actually dive into it or have a look at it, because I saw a lot of people do videos on it. And I'm kind of like at this point where it's like, if you start covering the same thing over and over, you end up becoming an anti-something channel, or you're a part of T channels where you talk about the same thing repetitively. I don't want to do that. If something interests me, I'm going to talk about it. If something if something interests me, I'm going to talk about it. But if it doesn't interest me, I ain't going to talk about it. So that whole thing there was like interesting but not interesting at the same time. And I kind of felt like, should I talk about it? Should I not talk about it? You know, like dry skin, like right here, it's driving me nuts. Anyway, I found it interesting, but I didn't like dive into it, because then I was like, I don't want to make a... I've literally just said this already, haven't I, babe?
You're saying literally heaps now.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, ew, I don't want to have that in the video. See, this whole literally thing is contagious. I need to get an immunization. Anti-literally. Seriously. But look, I don't know what to think or feel about this whole situation. Shannon is just next level. She's next level. But maybe it's like she felt like she couldn't go to her partner and talk to him about it. Like, see, I'm in two worlds. I'm in two worlds about whether she's a victim or a perpetrator, or a mixture of both, or she's just become the abused, becomes the abusee. Like, you know what I mean? Why am I doing this with my hands? But I don't know. Anyway. Friends, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It's really late here at night, and it's Jose's birthday today. And he's like sitting in the bed and he looks so adorable. I just want to squeeze his face.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, baby. I love you. So everyone, if you please comment down below your thoughts, feelings, opinions. I don't know. Don't talk about my makeup. I don't want to hear your opinion on that. Quite frankly, I could care less. Now, also, please comment down below. Happy birthday to my beautiful, supportive, understanding husband that does absolutely everything for me, and I could not live a single day on this planet without him. And please, consider joining my membership so we can do members only streams. And shout out to my I have 3 beautiful people in my membership currently. So we have Tracy, who I love and adore. Shout out to Tom too. And we also have Becca. Becca, I've mentioned in a video before. I love her. She is adorable. She is lovely. She is sweet. She is kind. And then we have Megan. Megan, I love you, honestly, because you are all up in my comment sections all the time. You're talking to everybody. You're talking to me. You bring a vibe. I love and adore it. for you. There is more Repzilla content coming because I know you keep telling me, where's my Repzilla content? It is coming. And I really, really appreciate you guys for joining the Bambi's bunch. I really appreciate it. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, send a pigeon, keep the same energy. I'm not going to tell you all to wash your hair because Callista Cat keeps getting mad about it in my comment section. I also have not washed my own hair, as we can tell. And I'm going to stop talking because I have rambled on enough. The anxiety is high today, friends. And I do have a microphone. Do you guys want to see my microphone? I wonder if my microphone even does anything. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? Babe, I should do my videos like this. I'm a sports commentator.
Who won the Euros this morning?
Guys, we're most likely going to see Italy and England in the Euro finals this year because Italy is about to play Spain and Spain has not been doing too well. Italy's keeper has not allowed one goal in.
England's keeper.
I just said that, didn't I?
I said Italy's keeper.
Oh, England's keeper has not let a goal in this tournament. Is it a tournament?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe, send a pigeon. I'm going to go now because I keep repeating myself because I have so much anxiety. Love you all. Bye.